So, game is about to begin. Third game, winner moves on into the round of four, which will almost secure. Yeah, round of four secures their place in the GPD Cup. So spawning down the bottom left corner is the yellow Zerg Kanjee. Spawning up the top left is the blue Terran Qwerty. Kanji with a little comment, I don't know why I chose this map, and the Overlord will discover Qwerty pretty quickly. Good luck anyway, man, from Qwerty. But it is an interesting choice. I guess it's quite a long map, and that can either work against the Zerg or it can work for them. But he's capable, of course, of grabbing these three bases if he takes out the rocks, and well, that was the Zerg's base, but yeah, same idea. Capable of grabbing three bases by taking out the rocks and just defending a couple of ramps really closely. And once again, as I have with every Zerg matchup, uh, ooh, if I had the overlay on, I do apologize. Once again, with every Zerg matchup, I am interested to see how the building progression of the Zerg pans out. Will they go for that spawning pool first, or will they go straight for the hatchery at 15 supply? Barracks going down for Qwerty at 12. Very standard, nothing too risky or cheesy. And yeah, it's definitely looking like it's going to be a straight up hatch first, right at 15 supply. Drone getting into position to drop this hatchery. We're going to capture this moment. And there it is. So hatchery goes down at 15 supply. And spawning pool, it looks like it will follow at 14 supply. He's saving up and not using his larvae. So looks like it's going to, there it is. Spawning pool goes down at 14 supply while the barracks finishes up top. And will we see an orbital command straight away? Yes, we will. And a marine also in production. So it will be interesting whether we see a one racks expand. Interesting little wall in here, but it'll be interesting whether we see a one racks expand. He is leaving room for an add-on on this barrack, so it may be maybe another Hellion harass, but we do see a gas also go down relatively quickly for Kanji. It's finished at 16 supply, and he gets 3 droned on there straight away. So will we see fast speed, or will we see something even more fearsomer? So SCV is heading in now. He will confirm, of course, the fast expansion of the Zerg and know nothing. 2 all-in-ish is about to occur. He will see this spawning pool and he will see the gas. Overlord in position to scout. And, yep, reactor factory again. So, very standard Qwerty so far. He's done the same thing all 3 games. Gotten those fast Hellions and tried to prepare, although last game was a little different. He did get that bunker down and did a bit of damage with it. And some may argue that that was what ended up winning it for him. Expansion dropped at the 4-minute 40 mark for Qwerty, while Kanji's hatchery has finished and he's got drones there. He's done the transfer, and yep, speed being researched and only 1 drone on gas now. So maybe some very fast ling timing for Kanji. He would want to back out these Zerglings, although he's gonna maybe get a couple of kills away here. He takes out one of the Marines. Nice little micro there by Kanji, pulling that one back. And he'll take out the second Marine, and he'll also take out the SCV building the command center. And will he even force a cancel? No, he won't, because bang, there go the Hellions, and they just roast away Zerglings with no problems at all. So the Evolution Spine Crawler wall-in has begun, but will it be too late for this Hellion pressure? He's had to reveal his tech Qwerty, so he's just started to move in straight away. And a second spine crawler, but none of them are really going to finish. He might get some good shots away on some mineral lines if he chooses to. He's just sitting outside. He really can't afford to wait much longer, and he's just going to run straight in. Or doesn't even go for the queen. He does go for the queen. He didn't really need to back out there. I feel he could have got a couple of shots. He is waiting for the numbers, but with the 4 Hellions comes 1 spine crawler, which will be followed by 2, and I think that spells the end of the Hellion harass for now. So, combat shield being researched. again for Qwerty. So a Marine and a Hellion. Little bit of pressure applied to the Zerg player, while a Roach one goes down, of course, to deal with these. Hellion, as we did see, as we have seen in all games, especially the first game, he got a lot of roaches and ended up using them in his main composition. Not so much last game. Last game going more for the Ling, Baneling, Mutalisk with Infestors, which didn't actually pay off for him. So I guess Kanjee might want to stick with what he did the first game, where he ended up winning. And okay, so he's just running straight into the mineral line. He did lose one, and he's not going to lose them all, but they're still easily going to be lined up, and he's going to be able to take out so many of these drones if he continues to fire away at them. He's just lining them up, and another one more shot. Kanjee, wow, Kanjee is not happy with himself with a little comma, and he's getting another shot, but it's going to be cleaned up now pretty easily. But just going to bring up the units killed, Control R. Workers killed, 8 workers killed, compared to the just the one which we saw Qwerty kill up here, which was building this expansion in a tough world, but the Ling's just surrounding this marine little ball, and we'll just see a couple more Hellions pop out. No, he switched the add-ons, and now the Ling's doing a little bit of damage. They'll try to take out that mule, which will worth about 400 by the time they mine it all efficiently, and he does. So looking very even at this stage. It's very hard to pick a winner, especially when it's the third game in a best of 3 series. Um, Siege tanks out now with siege mode almost being completed. We have Baneling Nest almost finished as well. So very standard play from both players, as well, it's hard to say whether they are doing what they do all the time, but based on the first 2 games I've seen, uh, definitely say they are sticking with their primary knowledge. They're sticking with what they know how to do, and a little wall in being completed now for Qwerty, and he'll be able to fight with those siege tanks from behind the line. A lot of Banelings now in production, 8 Banelings, joined by about 12 Lings, and will he try to run them in? I don't think the siege tanks are going to allow that to happen at all. They would just blast away, and he loses. Yeah, it was always going to happen, really. Units lost, it's actually quite similar, because those Hellions are worth a lot more resources than your average drone or Zergling, but Qwerty is probably in a strong position, because if you look at the units count, 52, 53 harvesters to 36, so Candy's still doing very well economically, and Qwerty's army is mostly just defensive at this stage, especially when there are Banelings and Zerglings running amok on the map. Those Marines could easily be cleaned up, and we see an infestation pit being dropped down, which is interesting. Instead of a Spire, and there, he's going to grab that third at about 11 minutes, or probably about 11 minutes 30, taking out those rocks, and we also see speed upgrade on the way for those Banelings, and level 1-1 finishes begins from both of these newly created evolution chambers. We have 3 siege tanks on the map with another one in production, 1-1 upgrades, as well as Stimpack, and a reactor being thrown down on a barrack somewhere. Oh, and a starport. So 2 racks, 1 factory, 1 starport. Now going into 3 racks. I'm not sure what these guys are doing. Now going into 4 racks, and we'll have 4 racks with a siege tank producing factory and a medivac producing starport. 5 siege tanks now on the field. 5? 4? 4 siege tanks, a lone marauder, and 28 marines. It's looking really close. It's hard to pick a winner. Qwerty is up on supply though at this stage, and Candy's going to have to do some real pressure if he wants to stay in this. He's now getting Hive Tech. That's very early Hive Tech. He's getting a Spire now as well. Will we see some fast Broodlords? That could be very interesting. If he's got the start of the Spire and the Hive Tech at the same time, so it really looks like it could be Broodlords at this stage. I can't see anything else. That Ling had no chance at all, but it did notice that the army is moving out, and Candy should be moving back and getting into a very strong defensive position. If he can get Broodlords out on the field in the next couple of minutes, it would look interesting for him, but that's not going to happen. He doesn't have any Corruptors, and he's got 4 bases now, but only two of them are finished, and he's really going to have to make some kind of engagement here. He catches the tanks when they aren't sieged up, and he just wipes them up with a lot of Banelings. That tank didn't actually go down. Probably an even trade there, but oh, maybe not. That split from Qwerty was nice, and Baneling's going to take out a lot of that biological army. So nice detonations from some of those, but now behind on the workers count. Well, no, not the worker count, the supply count. 3 mutalisks in production instead, so not corruptors and not brood lords. Is he creating a greater spy? No, he's not. So there are Marines in all kinds of position. They do get surrounded, and the siege tank should mop a lot of this Terran force up. They don't. So this looks very, very bad for Kanjee. Qwerty has a lot of tanks up forward, supported by Marines, so they won't be able to be picked off by Mutalisk, and little engagement there. Managed to take out what was left of those offensive siege tanks, but there's still a drop which wiped out the natural of Kanjee. Qwerty, very nicely played so far. Got a siege tank with an SCV ready to repair. He doesn't, he beams it up, so instead of just trying to repair it out in the open, he's actually beamed that up into that medibag. Will we see it drop somewhere? Just so many units streaming across the map at this stage from Qwerty, and this just spells trouble for Kanjee, really. Few lings, a mutalisk, no bane, 10 banelings being produced, but you know a player's in trouble when he tries making all of his units into baneling, and all of these will go down, and that's surely going to be a GG from Kanjee at this stage, and even his throne transfer will be gunned down, and I cannot see Kanjee coming back in this game at all. So I think he was hoping to get into fast brood lords, hoping that his opponent wasn't going to put on some pressure preventing that from happening, but it was really bad timing because Qwerty began out just before the hive and spy finished. So Baneling's actually mopped up that entire offensive, but I just think the production facilities of Qwerty are going to mean that he can just constantly stream these units forward. These medivacs would want to fly home somewhere, these marines get cleaned up, and could Kanjee maybe come back at this stage in the game? He's mining efficiently at this third, which is really a second because his second his natural was wiped out. Another Terran ball on the field, but I really think Kanjee's just delaying the inevitable at this stage. A lot of banelings in production, 17 banelings, and we will also, there's 2 banelings already out and 29 lings. If he can clean it out nicely, he would really need some impeccable micro. Meanwhile, there was a drop in the main which wiped out whatever was left of the drone force. So many banelings, so unnecessary, and he cleans that up, but probably wasn't even an even trade. Meanwhile, Qwerty's moving in with his main force to deliver a death blow to his opponent, Kanjee. Kanjee down to 64 supply. Qwerty is more than double that. He has a lot of marines, a lot of medivacs, no actual siege tanks at this stage. Couple rolling out though, and surely he'd want to be getting out of the way of these banelings. Banelings wiping up a lot of that nice little split there, but not enough. Actually probably went alright there, considering there were so many back around, and he now has siege tanks. He's got 2 large balls of units. He's going to try to mop up his score. He can siege up and just blast away at some of those drones. Yeah, he's got to get those drones out of there, Kanjee. And Kanjee just left the game. He didn't even say GG, he just left the game. So, probably mad at himself, but it's probably unnecessary.